Hello, children. Have a nice day. Today, our lesson is Human Rights and UNO. This is from Civics, Unit 4. Everybody is born equal. Each individual in the world has the right to lead a dignified life of his or her own choice. Human rights are related to individuals and society. Human rights denotes all those rights that are inherent and ensure that we live as free people and exercise our choices. The state's role is to ensure that people have equal rights. Let's see about what are human rights. Human rights are rights inherent to all human beings regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, and religion. Human rights include freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of opinion and expression, and fair trial, the right to life, work, and education. Where do human rights come from? A set of basic rights and freedoms has deep roots in European and American countries. Let's we see about that. First, written precursors of human rights documents. This is from England. First one is the Magna Carta of 1215 gave people new rights and made the king subject to the law. Second, the Petition of Right 1628 set out the rights of the people. Next one, the Habeas Corpus Act of 1679, an act for the better securing liberty of the subject. Next, the English Bill of Rights of 1689 set out certain basic civil rights. Then, the French Declaration on the Rights of Man and Citizen 1789. This is a document of France stating that all citizens are equal under the law. Next, the US Constitution and Bill of Rights 1791. This safeguards the rights of the citizens. Next one comes from the birth of United States nations. The idea of human rights emerged stronger after the Second World War. This war led to unimaginable violation of human rights. Humans had to struggle till the end of their life. People wanted to ensure that never again would anyone be unjustly denied life, freedom, food, shelter, and nationality. These voices played a critical role in the San Francisco meeting in which the United Nations Charter was drafted in 1945. Human rights is an important theme in all UN policies and programs in the areas of peace and security, development, humanitarian assistance, and economic and social affairs. Next, come from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR. UN established a commission on human rights. The commission, guided by Eleanor Roosevelt's forceful leadership captured the world's attention. Finally, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by the UN General Assembly in 1948. Declaration was proclaimed by the UN General Assembly in Paris, France on 10th December 1948. It is also known as Modern International Magna Carta of Human Rights. Next topic, the Cyrus cylinder, 539 BC. Cyrus the Great, the first king of ancient Persia, freed the slaves and declared that all people had the right to choose their own religion and established racial equality. These and other decrees were recorded on a baked clay cylinder in the Akkadian language in cuneiform script. It is translated into all six official languages of the United Nations. Next, we will see about human rights are based on the values of dignity, justice, equality. What is dignity? The right to life, the right to integrity, the prohibition of enforced labor, slavery, and degrading punishment. Next one is justice. What is that? The right to fair trial, proportional punishment to crime, the right not to be tried more than once for the same crime. Next one is equality. That is equality before law, no discrimination on race, religion, gender, age, ability or disability, etc. Okay, what is the basic characteristics of human rights? That is inherent, fundamental, inalienable, indivisible, universal, then interdependent. Okay, let's we see about one after another. Inherent, they are not granted by any person or authority. Fundamental, they are fundamental rights because without them, the life and dignity of man will be meaningless. Inalienable, they cannot be taken away from the individual. Indivisible, they can't be denied even when other rights have already been enjoyed. Universal, they are universal. They apply irrespective of one's origin or status. They are enforceable without a national border. Interdependent. They are interdependent because the fulfillment or exercise of one human right cannot be had without the realization of the other. Kinds of human rights. These rights are broadly classified into 5 primary categories. They are as follows: civil rights, political rights, social rights, economic rights, and cultural rights. Let's see about one by one. Civil rights. This is the right to be treated as an equal to anyone else. It includes the rights to life, liberty, freedom from slavery, and arbitrary arrest. Political rights. They protect the individual from the misuse of political power. It includes the freedom of expression and peaceful assembly, the right to take part in the government of one's country, the right to vote, the freedom of speech, and obtain information. Next one is social rights. Social rights are those rights necessary for an adequate standard of living, including the right to education, healthcare, food, clothing, shelter, and social security. Economic rights. Economic rights guarantee every person to have condition under which they are able to meet their needs. This includes the rights to employment and fair wage, the reasonable limitation of working hours, shelter, education and adequate standard of living, and the right to property. Cultural rights. The right to freedom of religion and to speak the language and to practice the cultural life of the community, the right to share in scientific advancement, and right to the protection of moral and material interest. Let's see about the difference between human rights and civil rights. Human rights. Human rights belong to everyone, everywhere, regardless of nationality, sexuality, gender, race, religion, or age. Human rights are considered universal to all human beings and universal in all countries. No nation may rightfully deprive human rights to an individual. Human rights are basic rights inherent with birth. Under the civil rights are those rights that one enjoys by virtue of citizenship in a particular nation or state. Civil rights vary greatly from country to the countries or government to government. It is related to the constitution. Different nations can grant or deny different civil rights and liberties. Civil rights are creation of the society. Next, move on to the topic is Human Rights Commission. National level and state level human rights commissions were established to ensure the protection of human rights. First, National Human Rights Commissions NHRC. The National Human Rights Commission of India was established on 12th October 1993. It is an independent statutory and non-constitutional body. Its headquarters is located in New Delhi. NHRC has 5 divisions, that is Law Division, Investigation Division, Policy, Research and Programs Division, Training Division and Administrative Division. Next we will see about the State Human Rights Commission SHRC. The State Human Rights Commission of Tamil Nadu was formed on 17th April 1997. A State Human Rights Commission can inquire into violation of human rights related to subjects covered under state list and concurrent list. Human Rights Organization. Many organizations around the world have taken their efforts to protect human rights and for ending human rights abuses. These non-governmental organizations monitor the actions of governments and pressure them to act according to human rights principles. Some of these organizations are Amnesty International, Children's Defense Fund, Human Rights Watch. This is the important topic that's about child rights. According to Article 1, a child means every human being below the age of 18 years. The rights of the child was proclaimed by UN on 20th November 1989. A child is considered as an important national asset. We can see here protection of children's human rights in India. There are laws in India protecting the rights of the children. That is, Right to Education Act, Article 21A provides that the state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children aged 6 to 14 years. Next act is the Child Labor Act, that is Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986. It provides no child who has not completed 15 years of age can be employed. Next act is the Juvenile Justice Act 2000, that is Care and Protection of Children. This act tries to protect children deprived of adequate care and to reform the children by adopting child-friendly approach. Next one is POCSO, POCSO Act 2012, that is Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act regards the best interest of the child as being paramount importance in every state. Childline 1098 1098, that is Childline. This is India's first 24 hours free emergency phone service for children in need of assistance. Next topic is women rights. Women and girls' rights are human rights. Charter of the United Nations guarantees equal rights to both women and men. The Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, adopted in 1979 by the UN General Assembly, is described as an international bill of rights for women. The United Nations Development Fund for Women has worked since 1995. Understanding the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizen Act, year 2007. This act makes it legal obligation for children and has to provide maintenance to senior citizens and parents. Let's see about legislations and provisions. Under the legislations, the Hindu Widow Remarriage Act 1856, the Hindu Marriage Act 1955, the Hindu Succession Act 1956, the Dowry Prohibition Act 1961, so on. You can see it. Then provisions: legalized widow remarriage states that the marriageable age for women is 21, gives relief to women, protects the women workers, and so on. Okay, we will see about this lesson conclusion. Human rights or rights inherent to all human beings regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. Human rights are about equality and fairness for everyone, and it ensures that everyone is treated with dignity and respect. The protection of human rights is everyone's responsibility. An understanding and respect for human rights provides the foundation for peace, harmony, security, and freedom in our community. I hope you had understood this lesson. You learned book back exercises which is displayed on the screen. Thank you, Ma. Take care of yourself.